Hi everyone, and welcome to the Untangled Journal. I'm Jan, and today's drawing is based on Hebrews 12:14 and 15, which says to make every effort to live in peace with everyone and to be holy. Without holiness, no one will see the Lord. So see to it that no one falls short of the grace of God, and that no bitter root grows up to cause trouble and defile many. Bitterness does not stay hidden. So what is rooted in the heart eventually shows up in our words, reactions, and our choices. So in our drawing today, I'm going to start with a 3D heart. I just have a little postcard here that I'm going to draw on. If you want to practice this first, you are welcome to do that. I'm just going to go straight into it. So on the left-hand side of the postcard, I'm just going to draw a heart in pencil because we will erase some of the lines. We won't ink in all the lines. Okay. Then just off center, I'm going to take a tree trunk that grows straight up like that. And on the heart, I'm going to draw a line that goes down and we'll follow the heart and connect on the curve. I'll do that on both sides. And then I'll just add some lines. So this is giving it the depth. Okay, then we're going to take surface roots that grow out from the trunk. So just do squiggles that branch out into the heart. And that will just fill up the whole heart with these surface-like roots. You can just take your time doing this, filling up the heart. Okay, then following this tree trunk, you will bring a root that will come down through the bottom of the heart, and then take some roots that go off to the side. And then on those roots, you can make more roots grow out. There's no right or wrong way of doing that. Okay, and then from the tree trunk, we will do similar surface roots, but from the top. Okay. And these branches above begin to look like the hidden roots below. And the more I sit with this drawing, the more I realize the bitter root is not removed by staring hard at the person who hurt me, but bitterness keeps asking, what did they do to me? Grace turns my eyes back to Jesus and asks, what did Christ do for me? You can keep on taking these little roots, or the branches, I should say. Where you want. And this also connects with Deuteronomy 29:18. So on the back here, I'm just going to write our main scripture, which is Hebrews 12. verse 14 and 15, and also Deuteronomy 29, verse 18. Okay, which warns all men and women that when the heart turns away from God, a bitter and poisonous root can begin to grow. Bitterness is not harmless, it's poison, and it brings death into places where Christ came to bring life. And that brings me back to Jesus, because Christ is our message. So if anyone had reason to become bitter, it would be him. He was rejected, mocked, falsely accused, betrayed, beaten, and crucified. Yet he did not answer pain with revenge. He chose grace. So I'm going to now take my micron pen. I didn't actually in the beginning say what we were going to need, but we'll always need our blending tool, our micron pen, an eraser, and a pencil. So we're not going to ink through here. So the trunk of the tree will come up on top. So we don't want to ink that in. We'll ink this part in. Add the lines. Ink the root in. There's no right or wrong way to do these roots. You can put them on either side, any side that you want it to go. You can make these as long or as short as you want. Okay. And then we'll go and fill in all the little the surface roots on the heart, and then all the branches that resemble what's going on in the heart. You know, it's easy to read the story of Jesus and think only about the people who did those things to him. But the truth is that my sin was there too, and your sin was there too. And we all needed the cross. And still, Jesus chose mercy. So when God shows me a bitter root in my own heart, he's not asking me to pretend it didn't hurt or excuse what was wrong. He's inviting me to bring that place back under the grace of Jesus. Bitterness is often pain that I have not allowed God to heal. And he doesn't expose it to shame me, but to free me before the wound becomes the root that eventually will feed my life. You know, God can still bring grace around the places that have grown twisted. He can soften what became hard and help me stop feeding that bitter root. So maybe today, as you draw with me, ask God, Lord, where have I been looking more at what others have done to me than at what Christ did for me? Okay. Because when our eyes are on Jesus, grace then has somewhere to flow. Bitterness is a poison that brings death. But Christ came to bring life. And that is the fruit worth growing. And lastly, I'm going to draw around all these branches. Your tree will look a little bit different to mine depending on how you drew your And lastly, what we're going to do is add some shading. And if you wanted to, you can write the scripture on the right hand side with the theme of don't let a bitter root grow. So I'm going to put some pencil on the bottom of the heart on both sides. And then I'm going to blend it upwards. Okay, I'm also going to put some pencil on the trunk, and I'll put pencil all around the root. Good. Blend that in. I'm going to add it all the way around branches. If you wanted to add pencil to all the little surface roots and the branches, you are welcome to do so as well. And then you could just write on the right hand side here, don't let a bitter root grow, in your own handwriting. And that's in Hebrews 12, 14 to 15. And then to make it a bit prettier, you can just thicken all the down lines. Give it a little bit of weight. And there it is, the final. So you can see the extra weight on the handwriting. All right, guys, have a lovely day further, and I'll see you same time tomorrow. Bye.